So hey everybody, CQ here from Pop Culture Warrior, WTF Nation Radio, and I'm sitting with
Johnny Han.
And you've worked on
The Penguin.
The Penguin. You are the VFX Supervisor and second unit director.
Correct.
That's correct. Outstanding. First of all, phenomenal show.
Thank you.
Phenomenal show, and I think it won over critics. It won over the population. I'm still praying we get a second season, although I know that's kind of probably not going to happen, but I would love it. So The Penguin leans into very grounded, gritty tone. In your position, how do you ensure that the VFX serves the realism rather than undercutting it?
Yeah, I think once everyone read the script, we realized, this is really good. Yeah, and, not that, anyone wants to work on something that isn't good, but there seemed to be something special. Then when Colin showed up and Kristen showed up, we just knew we had something special. And on a crew, it's very interesting. It's a real organic process where you see the hard work these guys are putting in, and it just makes everyone on set just raise their chin up a little bit to work a little bit harder to meet them at that. And so because we had such amazing story and amazing performances, we realized that visual effects just could not distract from it. It'd be like a sin to distract you from what these guys were doing and what those words were saying. So we really made a promise to ourselves and what I say now, to feel the visual effects instead of see them, right? Everything had to be in service of the story. And, I've been doing this for a long time, but, every film, every show, I realize I've just been through the film school of Matt Reeves. I've been through the film school of Lauren LaFranc, because you learn something new, and you learn how these guys break apart every scene, every shot, because every meeting would start with, what are we trying to say in this shot? What is the point of this visual effects shot? What do we need to take away? What is Oz feeling? What are we trying to communicate? And the visual effects have to echo that, have to just amplify what's already on screen, because how dare we detract or distract from what these guys were doing? It was so amazing.
Right. So wait, so it's not just based on the budget? How much money do we have that we can just throw things out there and blow stuff up?
It's funny. We plan quite a bit, and we break that script apart and budget out every visual effects shot. But we're professionals, and we know that there's so much that will happen organically as we shoot, as we edit. So we make sure we have the resources in post, that we have something to work with to account for all those things we discover and all those great happy accidents that occur in the edit where, oh, wow, if we just added this effect to it now, it would just be amazing. Did we anticipate it? No. But if we did our jobs right, we kept a little money for all those little things. Yeah.
Gotcha. Can you describe a particularly complex effect shot and kind of walk through maybe how it was executed, right, from the pre-viz to that final render?
Yeah. Well, I talk about the flood a lot, but another scene I think that's really cool is at the end of episode 7, Sophia blows her car up underground to destroy Oz's lair. And then we cut to above ground and we see a sinkhole collapse. And I kid you not, originally, we were never meant to see it. It was meant to happen off camera. Oz runs out of the way. He escapes into a tunnel. And later we see the aftermath. That's how it was scripted. But then in the edit, we realized, hey, I suggested to the editor, hey, maybe they don't think we can do it or we have the resources to, but let's just try it. So I put together a really rough version in After Effects of what an explosion might be like. So the editor had something to work with. And then we basically put it in front of the producers and say, hey, you didn't ask for this, but wouldn't it be cool if we had this? And then, if it helps the story and if it helps us understand what's going on, everyone's game. And so we didn't shoot those shots because we didn't plan for it. So we built it out of other pieces of footage that we had. And I think that's the most interesting in visual effects, where yes, we can plan all day, but then there are things in post that will just show up. And I feel like we do our job the best when we come up with something from nothing, right? And you know, I don't want to say save the day, but we try to do our best, even if we don't have the footage. You know, the easy way out would be to say, well, we didn't shoot it, sorry. But you know, on just what I tell my team is like, hey, if we don't have it, you know, we're the visual effects department. Like, we should be the guys who can make it.
That's such an example of like show don't tell,
Yes.
right? Where it's like, oh no, there's a sinkhole just off screen,
Right.
versus like, man, and that is a shot that, like you said, you feel it,
Yeah.
you experience
Yeah.
it, just like the flood and all the other shots. So
Yeah.
kudos, that's awesome. I love the fact that that wasn't planned and you guys did that. How do you approach filming like action shots that have to match the look and energy of the main unit's cinematography? Because as we know, some of these shots where they're just talking and it's quiet and it's still, and it's gorgeous and it's lit well and it's so immersive.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna jump into an action scene. How do you handle that?
Yeah, so as second unit, it's well, one, it's interesting of who, because I'm the visual effects guy. So for me to do second unit might sound like a little unorthodox, but because I'm so involved from prep to filming to post, I'm one of the few people on the crew who really actually know the story so in and out and know the visuals so in and out. So I am like a good sort of resource to know, like, oh, that lighting doesn't really match what our show is, or but also like our second unit DOP is someone who worked from our main unit DOP. So you know, we really try to keep it in the family and not just treat it like, oh, just hire a guy. On a show, especially when you're working together for so long, it becomes a real like sacred family, and we always try to hire from within, basically. And so yeah, and then we review footage from all the episodes to make sure that the look of what we shoot in second unit will match up.
Makes sense. I got a quick lightning round. I'm gonna ask all the team. So
Okay.
we'll do a rapid fire.
Rapid fire, okay.
What's your favorite thing to check out at a Comic-Con when you're not working?
The Artist Alley.
Okay. Anything specifically you're looking for?
I just love seeing the smallest booth possible,
All right. Okay.
because those small booths are the ones that will become big booths, right? And I want to see who these guys
That's
are.
awesome. It's like following like a high schooler, hoping they're going to get into the NFL,
exactly,
right?
yeah.
They're going to go. What is a tool of the trade you absolutely couldn't live without?
Adobe After Effects. It's one of those secret weapons.
It's so good. It's
Yeah,
so good.
still in my toolbox.
Is there a piece of pop culture, comic, show, movie, anything that specifically made you want to get into this industry?
Yeah, I watched a lot of Star Trek in the 90s. The TV series, The Next Generation, DS9, Voyager, and talk about technology, right? As seeing the growth of technology from model miniatures, and by the end of Voyager, they were doing CG, right? It really chronicles the evolution of visual effects in that decade, and I think that watching that grow has inspired me to sort of take it from there. Yeah.
That's awesome. Side question, just since you're a
Yeah.
Trekkie,
Yeah.
there's this theory of, did the show predict the technology that eventually became, holograms and things,
sure, yeah.
or did it predict the future, or did the show basically put out the path that people followed? Said, oh, like, just like you remember, like in that show, let's make that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, in all the shows, they have these iPad-like devices, probably made of plywood and some paint,
Communicators
and it is
holograms.
it's what we have now. And I think because we get to work from a blank slate and just dream up ideas, right? And I think, not just science fiction, but television in general, and all these genres really, whether it's subconscious or not, it inspires our features, which is why optimistic features are are needed, in science fiction.
Absolutely. And I think you're going to have a bias here, but practical effect or digital effect? What's your personal preference?
Actually, I love practical because then I have less to do. I've got enough things to do.
That makes sense. And last thing before we let you go, what's the one piece of advice you'd give someone who wants to work in your role?
If no one is giving you the job to do it on your own. Because one of the beautiful things about visual effects, the digital nature of it, is now everyone's got a computer and everyone's got a camera, and it's a very democratized kind of thing. When I was growing up, just getting a hold of a mini DV camera was a huge thing. You had to have the rich friend you had happened to have one, and now anyone can really do it. So if no one's paying you to do it on your own and prove to someone that you love doing it.
Show, don't tell.
Show, don't tell.
There it is.
And doing it's not just about showing that you're skilled at it. It shows that you love doing it and that you did it on your own without getting paid for it. And in our business, passion, which equals loving what you do, is probably more important than your technical expertise.
God, I'm gonna cry. It's so beautiful. All right, I want to thank you, Johnny, for coming on.
I'm happy to be
You're
here.
incredible. The Penguin's incredible. Anything? Can you tell us what you might be working on in the future? Do you know yet?
I do. I cannot
We
say
can't talk
anything.
about. We're gonna keep an eye out.
Okay.
We're gonna keep an eye out for your stuff.
Okay.
But I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Absolute
Yeah,
pleasure.
absolutely.
We'll have more after this. Thanks, guys.